Hey, I'm a helper, like professionally, and I spend a not insignificant amount of time telling people they are not capable of things or things are not going to work out. And it helps them because I spend most of my time fighting to help people understand that they are capable and to see the reasons why, according to anything they're in control of, things will work out. I spend so much of my time believing in people, co-regulating, giving them previous examples that help them understand what they are capable of, challenging people to dream bigger, and tracking their progress so that when they feel like everything is bad and nothing is working out, I can pull out the notes and say, according to the goals you set last time, it sounds like working out to me. Just sounds like you're exhausted and can't feel the work working yet. I do so much encouraging and believing and reminding and helping that when I say, you cannot do that, you are not capable of this, people tune in and usually feel a little fussy because it's unexpected. But because they trust me, they say, what do you mean? And I say, honey, you cannot execute the most difficult portion of a new skill that you just learned while also being distracted and meaningfully involved in a conversation. And further, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying no one can do it. That's not how brains work. Girl, you cannot learn and also not fail. That's not how learning works. You cannot enable people in their bullshit or peace fake through avoidance and build meaningful, intimate relationships. That's not how any of those things work. Like most of the time when I'm saying you can't do this, it's not going to work out, I'm saying no one could do that. It wouldn't work out for anyone. And because my dominant perspective is, yeah, keep going, you can do it, let's go, it really stands out when I say, that is not gonna go well. But maybe you still think, what business do I even have saying that? Well, I'll refer back to the fact that I am a helper, and an often overlooked part of helping is helping set appropriate expectations, both in encouragement that people can do so much more than they think they can, and also discouragement from the inhumane expectations people put on themselves. And interestingly, in my personal life, like outside of a work setting, when I tell someone who I know, who I love, who I'm in a relationship with, that's not going to work out, or I have a concern, or that doesn't sound right, they often come back and tell me, thank you so much. I tried anyway and it went terribly. But if I hadn't had your voice in my ear telling me, please don't ask yourself to do something that cannot possibly work, if I hadn't had that voice, I would have believed I was a failure. But I had that voice in my ear. So instead I thought, all right, Ritz told me nobody could be a success at this. Anyway, I love you, but that inhumane, unreasonable standard that you're setting for yourself, you probably can't do that because no one could. So don't put that on you.